two people beyond the two people sitting in this truck right now.
Nope.
Who are they?
Doesn't say.
Hello, everyone. All two people.
Oh shoot.
These.
There we go. Sorry.
All right. So who's up?
Ring.
Brian?
Destic Glory.
I know those guys. Giving meal today in Billingsmond. We are in the middle of something that this is like the best thing ever. I just had Thanksgiving dinner prepared by my for 20, 30 cowboys all summer into the winters. That lady can cook. So I'm down here in Billings with my family, Billings, Montana, and I'm sitting in an AEV Prospector, which is one of my favorite things, surrounded by gadgets, which is one of my favorite things, with my beautiful wife, which is my most favorite thing. And there's like 5 guns within reach right now, camouflage, backpacks. Life is good. Life is good. It's like the best. So, yeah, I hope everyone out there is having a great Thanksgiving. I've had an adventurous one already. Was out hunting early this morning. Been up since 5:30. Saw a really nice 5-point whitetail. Didn't get a shot on it though. We'll see if we can make that happen tomorrow. Then I went over to my brother-in-law's place and we loaded up a bunch of hay onto a truck. And on our way back, the steering linkage broke with a massive load of hay. I put it in the Overlanders community page on Facebook. If you're interested, go check that out. Look up Overlanders community, and I posted some pictures there. But yeah, that got real exciting real fast with a massive trailer with huge bales of hay on it. All of a sudden lost steering in a corner. Broke. Like steering wheel went completely limp. And it barely just got enough traction in a corner to make the corner, and we could just idle, like let it roll out to a stop, and it took like a quarter mile to come to a stop. It was sketchy. It's hilarious. And then Rochelle had to come save us. So that truck's still parked out there in the middle of nowhere with no linkages or anything. So yeah, it's been good. Tonight we do have a episode going live, obviously. Episode 4. Episode 4 is a heavy hitter. You'll see why. I know a lot of people over the last episode were kind of complaining or whatever, hating is what I like to say. Haters gonna hate on some stuff about not there being as much overlanding and stuff. I hope you can look past that, because at the end of the day, what Expedition Overland is and what we want to do with what we're doing through Expedition Overland is to live an adventurous life. And there are so many disciplines that require a lot of the same mindset that carry over. So if it's flight, a lot of the things that we were learning this year make us better overlanders. And frankly, overlanding in some ways has made us better pilots. So it all is related, and I hope people can see it from that high level. That's what we're going for here. And it was a risk for sure that we took it and did that this year. And I think it has been awesome. I have grown personally so much this year over other years because I was able to step out and do something that was really stretching to me, just like overlanding was when I first got started. Thankfully, over years, this is 9 years now, and I was doing it before I started X Overland, so let's call it 10, 12, probably 12 years of doing this, I've become proficient at overlanding. And it was definitely it was a time that I was like, I need to stretch myself. And I had a couple other guys that said, I want to stretch myself. And that's what happened. And I hope you see us going through those motions and you can apply that to yourself. If overlanding is your gig, like it still is mine, but hopefully you can glean from that and apply it to what you're learning. And that's our big goal, to inspire, to help educate, and to push ourselves as individuals and real life, tangible people to live a life of adventure and not grow stale or stagnant in what we do. So yeah, you will see us make some big decisions in this one. This episode was a hard one to cut. It does address a friend of mine's death, Travis Swanson, who passed away in July. and how that had a profound impact on our summer and on our lives even to this day. And it has been a very healing thing to be able to produce this episode and get it out tonight. And it's also been a very hard thing. There was many days, times when Rochelle and I even get choked up thinking about it, but would leave the edit room just like tore up. Whew. So, with all that being said, with what you see here and everything, I just hope you can see that we are living the best life we can. And that it's far more important to do that and for us than to just put out a show about driving trucks and travel. We're really trying to live the biggest, the most full life possible. And that is what I will guarantee to you that we will do at Expedition Overland from here to the day we're done with it. Because that is the only thing that matters. I don't want to get put in a box. So I said it before when we first started this season. I don't want to be put in a box because there's just too much out there to explore and see and do and learn that a box is just going to limit you. I understand that some people may not like that and they might wander off. That's okay. This isn't for them then. This is what we're doing. So for all of you, so many of you right now that are sticking it out with us, that are learning this new thing of flight and checking, going on this new journey with us, thank you. Thank you for keeping a big open mind, and hopefully you're getting some nuggets along the way through our failures and our struggles and our successes. So, yeah. I will be glad when this episode is out and done. We have gone back. I mean, we were working on it yesterday before we came down here. It's been a big one. It's been a big one. Probably harder than episode 1. And episode 1 and the final episode are always the hardest episodes to cut. And I think episode 4, for personal reasons, was a big challenge. Yeah.
Stay all the way through the credits.
Yeah. Stick through the credits if you would. Yeah. What else? Any questions?
Not yet.
Or thoughts?
But people have just been, I don't know if you guys can hear me, you've been super encouraging about just doing what we do best and learning new things, and thank you guys.
Yeah. There was a narrative point that I don't know if it made it or if it got taken out. I don't remember what episode it is anymore. It's just scrambled in my brain right now. But what overlanding has become to me, and what I think it can be for so many people, everybody, it doesn't just have to be you and the truck. It can be you and the truck to go and do all kinds of things in the world. For us right now, it's powered paragliding. We use the toy hauler 610 to transport a motorcycle and 3 powered paragliders to really cool places to fly. That was awesome. So we're using overlanding to add to our life and bring other aspects into our life, like flight or bikes or mountain bikes or whatever. Fly fishing, hunting, you name it. It can be the foundation for so many cool adventures beyond just exploring the world just by a vehicle. The Desta Glory folks, Richard and Ashley, if you followed their South America, Central and South America, you saw them leave their trucks a lot and do big trips, hiking, climbing, and that's really inspiring. It's tough for us to leave our trucks, frankly, because we're so dependent on them in film production. But I want to start expanding people's minds to say, hey, I can use these vehicles and this mode of transportation and travel to get somewhere cool, and then I can go even further from there. And once you use overlanding as a tool, I think that's when it really becomes the most rewarding.
Totally.
Yeah.
Tanner Johnson asks.
Oh, Tanner Johnson. You will be introduced to Mr. Tanner Johnson.
What's your favorite gun in your truck?
Oh, Tanner knows how to cheer me up. Oh, let's see. My favorite gun in the truck is probably the Shield Arms SA-15 300 blackout. It's behind Rochelle's seat right now. My next favorite gun is in Rochelle's car right now. So the next favorite gun is my Glock 19. Yeah, which I train with all the time, and it sits right here.
Right there.
Hey there, Glock. Yeah. Thanks, Tanner. You know how to cheer me up.
How are Jeff and Heather doing?
I need to call Jeff and Heather. I assume they're doing great. I should even see if I can reach out to them this week because I'm down in Billings. That's where they live. We should try and get together. So Jeff or Heather, if you're out there, or I'll call you. That's fine too. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think it's funny that we're out in the truck doing this because I have a whole house full of family and friends in there, and we're out here in the Ram chatting away. It's fun. So I'll take a couple more questions if you got them.
Happy Thanksgiving from South America. Thank you.
Cool. Very cool. Hope you're enjoying the warm weather in South America right now. It is pretty cold in Montana, and we're supposed to get a bunch of snow starting tomorrow, 5 to 9 inches. Roads are going to be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Not looking forward to that. So.
Are we enjoying the Jeep?
Yes. Are we enjoying the Jeep? The answer is yes. Frankly, we have had to fix more things on it, but it's kind of not been a big deal. The thing that peeves me the most about the Jeep is the stinking windshield. We just got, and I can just hear Tanner laughing somewhere in Wyoming right now because we just broke a second windshield, and the last time we replaced it, it was almost $1,000. So it just got broken again, so that's kind of a pain. But the Jeep is very cool. It would be a top contender for if you had to. It would be a pretty hard one to pass up on, especially with its trail capabilities. And let me rant and rave for a second about trail capabilities and overland vehicles. You guys ready? Okay, this is my concept. Maybe somebody out there can build this for me. And you heard it here first. But I want to see a chart built, okay? Let's pretend we've got this chart of different vehicles. It's funny how I hear people say, oh, well, that's not an overland vehicle. This is. All right. What I want to see is like a 2-door Jeep Wrangler or a Suzuki Samurai on this end, built up. And on this end is an Earth Roamer. And then everything in between, right? And I want this scale of vehicles because what it is that on this side is far more trail capable, but you would hate to drive around the world in it, right? And then you reach kind of the middle ground where there'd be like, say, like a Toyota Tacoma or a 4Runner, right? That'd be kind of right in the middle. And then maybe on this side there'd be the JL, and maybe on the other midline it'd be like the JT Gladiator, because it's getting more towards being a better overland platform for long distance travel, but still pretty heavy on the trail side. And then you get to the Land Cruiser, and then it goes all the way over here to like a land or a Earth Cruiser, which isn't going to do any trails, but is considered an overlanding vehicle because you can travel the world in that thing and be comfortable. So do you see my, like, why I get frustrated when people say, oh, that's not an overland vehicle, this is. That's not a good overland, because it just depends on where you are on the spectrum and what you want to do. Anyway, I want to see this chart. I want it on my wall, and I want to update it every 10 years, you know, because new and cool things are going to come out.
All right, so if you had to pick one overland vehicle,
yeah,
just your opinion, which one would you personally choose?
Oh,
I know
man.
what I would personally choose.
Okay, you go first.
I would choose. I don't know if people can see me. I would choose the 4Runner or probably a Lexus GX platform, just because I personally really like the size and I like the capabilities of it. I like smaller vehicles. I like SUVs over trucks. That's just, I've always been that way even since high school. So that's just me.
Okay, so for me, where I'm at now,
Oh, shoot. What did I do?
what'd you do?
I did it again.
Uh,
Oh, there we go.
okay, so for me, my flavors changed across South America like in 2016. It's pretty tough to beat the Land Cruiser 200 series. That is a phenomenal vehicle to travel long distance overland in. With a rooftop 10 or a trailer like the X1H or something like that, those two combined, phenomenal. Tight turning radius, gets around all the towns, gets in the backcountry, really reliable, right? There you go. For quick and dirty, rip around weekend warrior stuff, I think the Tacoma with the Habitat on it is amazing. Now, I'm working on this truck right now. This has become my focus, the AEV Prospector. It's my personal truck that I use, and I'm working on it right now too. As we speak, there is a container coming over from put on this by the end of the first start of next year. I have also, this is some good insider stuff. Thanks for tuning into the live. I have also ordered a
Dun, dun, dun.
four-wheel camper flatbed, Hawk model. Because what I want to do is coming up next year, I want to take a little time off. I want to clear my head that are in the X hanger and the one that was in my driveway. And I said, I pick the diesel, the full size AEV Prospector on 37s with a flatbed and a Hawk flat long range. So we added a Brown Davis fuel tank to this. And I want to be able to just go into the world and live very comfortably and recharge and relax and go see stuff and have the ability to tow, like the TH610 toy hauler. And that this truck is that truck for me. Now, it's going to be okay down into Baja and up into Canada and stuff because it runs on diesel. It requires DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. And I know that there's delete kits and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that. So this is a phenomenal truck for North America where I can get all that in the diesel. I don't necessarily say I wouldn't take this to Russia because of those certain requirements of DEF and all that. But anyway, that's a long answer to a very hard question to nail stuff down like that. It's always a loaded question.
It is. What do you think of the new Tesla Cybertruck?
It looks like a microwave with wheels. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking. I wouldn't have done that. I know a lot of guys have ordered it. Man, the specs are incredible. If you throw out the aesthetics, and some people like the aesthetics of the new Tesla truck. Towing capacity, speed, all that. That's a pretty impressive vehicle. So I think it's a really neat step in the right direction when it comes to, alternate, what would you say, alternate vehicle source? Electric vehicles, electric trucks, etc. Anyway.
I have a question.
Yeah, Shelly has a question.
Okay, so we've talked about this. Let's say your budget was $10,000.
Okay.
What rig would you buy and to kit out for like long?
$10,000 total. Like it needs to be 100% built.
Give or take.
Okay. All right. Well,
a little bit, but what would you buy? No, we did not put a pre-order in for the Tesla.
we did not. No. I think my money can be spent somewhere else for right now. Man, I think a Tacoma. An older Tacoma built up with a nice cap on it that you could sleep in the bed of. Like a nice topper. Buy an older one that you think you've got good engine in it, good four-wheel drive, one with a locker, TRD off-road. Find one. There are out there. Put a topper on it, build a bed in the back, put a cooler in there, and go. Put good suspension under it, like Old Man Emu stuff, and a good tire on it, and you would go see the world in that thing. That doesn't have to be much. Check out Destigloria and what they did with theirs. They bought Little Red. I think they paid $2,500 for it, and then they outfitted it, and they took it clear to the bottom of South America. So I bet they were within the $10,000 range for sure. on the truck that they took clear to the southern tip of the South American continent. So
Richard said it was $0.
it was $0.
How'd you
Man,
get for zero, Richard?
it was a family member or something.
Oh, okay.
Even better, go ask somebody for a truck. Maybe they'll give you one, like Richard.
Cost 8,000 Canadian to build.
Wait for your uncle to die
And
and
it
take
was
his picture or
garbage.
take his truck.
Nice. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting Expedition Overland. Please support our supporters in sponsorships. They believe you've heard me say this many times, at the other end of a General Tire is a Tony and a Travis and a Corey and a Brian, and Icon is Dylan and Jeremy. It's CBI, it's Hal and Nathan, etc. I mean, it just goes on and on. These are all companies that believe in adventure. They're passionate about the overland community, so please support them if you can. But at least get out there. Yeah. Have a good one. Appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna go have some pumpkin pie and my mom's whipped cream.
That was my whipped cream.
Oh, even better. You gotta tread lightly here, folks.
I won't.
It's a battle between who's got the best whipped cream, my mom or Rochelle. It's a battle I don't want to pick. They're all good, okay? I hope you guys are enjoying your Thanksgiving, and wherever you are in the world. If it's not Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the show tonight. We'll catch you next week on the next live. Adios.